This is Vincent Crowley. Welcome to the Metal Crypt. This is the 4 most inspirational albums of my life. So let's begin with Alice Cooper, Killer. It was released in November of 1971. Classic album. I remember getting this album, finding it from some old discarded albums a cousin of mine once had, and just opening and seeing the cover, looking the inside, the inlay, seeing Alice Cooper on the noose hanging. I was totally enthralled by everything I saw on this album. Songs Under My Wheels, Desperado, You Drive Me Nervous, Killer, and of course the great song Dead Babies. The songs are iconic. This is when they had the earlier lineup still with Glenn Buxton and Michael Bruce on guitars. Dennis Dunaway was on bass and Neil Smith was on drums. This was an album of perfection, and it was a good start to go down that journey into horror music. Next is Ozzy Osbourne's Diary of a Madman. People that know me know that Black Sabbath was my all-time favorite band and biggest influence. But I'm putting this album on the list because at the time it came out, the crazy antics that was happening, biting the heads off the bats and hanging midgets and so forth. It was an amazing time. It was released in October of 1981. When you see in the artwork, you see Ozzy covered in blood with a big inverted cross, and it was just something that definitely people like myself would gravitate to. It was also one of Randy Rhoads' greatest accomplishments to me. That was a legacy that he left. I thought that album was much better than Blizzard of Oz, even though the first one was great. Songs like, Believer and Over the Mountain and Flying High Again, and my favorite all-time song is Diary of a Madman. So this is definitely on the list and still a constant play today. Next is Merciful Fate's Melissa. It was released in October 1983. It was a follow-up to the Nuns Have No Fun EP, the self-titled one. This was kind of funny because a friend of mine, back in the day, we tape traded, and I remember getting this copied for me, and I was probably at the record store the next day buying it after I heard it. Dark, amazing, stories of sinister devil worship and necrophilia and all kinds of creepy shit that you didn't really hear all that much besides like bands like Venom and stuff. The sound, the production, everything was dark. Leads, his voice is so original. King Diamond has been a major influence in my life. I've followed many of his past that have influenced me. I think he's a great musician to this day. He just saw him recently, and he's still an amazing person. Songs like Evil and The Demon Bell, Black Funeral, Satan's Fall, Melissa itself, and Curse of the Pharaohs. This is an album that I can play every fucking day of my life and never get sick of it. So this is definitely on the list. I'm sure it's on many other people's list. Now we get to Danzig, the self-titled album that was released in August of 1988. I was a fan of the Misfits and Sam Hain before that. I remember the talking about this and Rick Rubin doing a project with him, and when this came out, it was fucking the best rock album in a long time, and it captured the darkness, it captured heaviness, it captured rawness. I had 4 individuals: John Christ, Yuri Vaughn, Chuck Biscuits, and Glenn Danzig, just looking like they were ready to beat the shit out of a crowd and punish them. That's exactly why I love that band. Glenn Danzig himself has been a very amazing songwriter and musician. Leroy Danzig's always been a very interesting individual, into the occult, into horror. His creative projects have always been great. I think this was a great beginning to his solo career. And again, the power of the music, just showing that you don't have to be technical, and writing amazing riffs that are heavy and have hooks is the best thing there is. So those are my 4 picks. I hope you all enjoyed them. I'd like to thank the Metal Crypt for inviting me to do this. Also like to invite everybody else to check out the Vincent Crowley debut album, Beyond Acheron, which is out on CD, vinyl, and digital download. Those of you who like old school death metal with a punk attitude, check out my other band, Infidel Reich. Our last album, New World Outrage, is on Raw Skull Records, and very influenced by bands like SOD and Carnivore, Motorhead. Uh, Very politically incorrect in this day and age. So check it out. And I would like to thank all the Acheron fans out there that have supported me throughout the 30 years of the band's existence. Without you, there would be no band. And the support has been amazing. I hope you follow my new projects and enjoy them as much as the past. And look forward to seeing you all soon.